Hello, everyone. This is Mystical Malik, your spiritual. No, this is Malik from Malik's Mystical Magic and Intuitive Consultations. Uh, not on my freelance work right now. This is my business. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am an astrologer, tarot reader, practitioner, chakra stone healing creator. You can learn more about me in the description about me. But I'm here to drop tarot messages on what spirit wants you to know, and I'm doing so by rolling the dice. I've already completed the Leo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Gemini. They have been uploaded. Gemini is probably in the process of uploading. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Make sure you like, comment if this resonates with you. Share this with a friend. Hit the notification bell so that when I drop, I will tell you the kind of the spirituality that I do as I deal with multiple forms of divination. You'll get astrology out of me, numerology out of me, ritual work out of me, all kinds of mystical things as I am a Life Path 7. So enough about me and let's get into your message, okay? So with that being said, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, most high, ancient wisdom, the ascended masters, our ancient DNAs, the universal energies. What zodiac is up next for what spirit wants them to know? Okay. Taurus in the building. New moon in Taurus. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so Taurus, this is about you. What this is going to be is basically, this is going to be me pulling the T, getting 3 cards on what's the T, just to give us an indicator on what your reading is going to be about, okay? Then I will read you using the Modern Witch Tarot deck, which is right there, okay? And then I will seal it with the numerology and the oracle message from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck by Denise Lynn, okay? So, from an astrological perspective, for you, Taurus, okay, this is interesting from an astrological standpoint because this new moon in Taurus, took place in your first house, okay? It took place on the 16th in your first house. So Taurus, this is all about you, your identity, your direction, how you're showing up and how people are seeing you. So definitely this is you being asked to kind of get grounded in who you are right now, not who you used to be, not who people expect you to be, but who you are becoming. So this is about self-worth, self-image, and the decisions that you're making, for yourself moving forward. So this is real personal for you, Taurus, okay? So let's see what's going on, starting with what's the T, all right? Spirit, tap into the energy of Taurus, sun, moon, rising, Taurus. What is the T? What is that Spirit wants Taurus to know right now? 3 cards, Spirit. And we'll look at the bottom deck to get a little more insight. But Taurus, what is it that Spirit wants you to know at this time? Okay. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. I will get into deeper readings. I'm just getting my feet wet out here on YouTube, in the YouTube streets. But my mission is to keep this as mystical and magical as possible because I like to do a lot of different fun things. So stay tuned. Okay, Taurus, let's see here. What's the T? Taurus. First card out is a divination abuser. Taurus. You always partying, Taurus? This like going to the club on a Saturday night and waking up with a hangover, going to church on a Sunday morning. I mean, that's just what I'm feeling. And then the next one is you unbothered. You don't give a hell what nobody say. Such a Taurus energy. Bottom of the deck, again, unfazed. You don't give a care what nobody say. And then this is threatening. So intimidating, threatened, or bothered. Somebody bothered by you and you are unbothered. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm picking up basically from just this alone, well, what's the tea? Okay, so of course it's about your intuition when we have these cards, all right? So we got divination abuser, always partying, okay? And some unbothered energy, okay, with unfazed at the bottom of the deck and then threatened on the side. So first off, Taurus, this is giving me the energy of somebody who is doing what they want to do, period. Okay, you're moving how you want to move. You're not checking for nobody, and you're not letting outside opinions control you. All right. So let's be real. With this divination abuser and always partying, this is not just carefree energy. This is someone who may be overindulgent in something, whether that's going out, distractions, spiritual tools, or even avoiding something by staying busy or entertained. Okay. So to me, this looks like, I'm unbothered on the surface, but spirit is, side-eyeing it, like, are you really unbothered or are you just not dealing with something? All right. Now, leaning into this, we got the unbothered and the unfazed, so Taurus, you are coming off very strong, very grounded, very, I don't care what the hell nobody say type of way. That is your energy, when you're in your power. But then we have threatened sitting, on the back of that, and that tells me either somebody is intimidated by you, bothered by your energy, watching you, feeling some type of way, or there's something internally, that does bother you, but you're choosing not to acknowledge it. All right. So what I say is you're in a space where you're doing you, living your life and maybe even enjoying yourself, but Spirit is asking you to really check whether you're balanced or just avoiding something deeper, because being unbothered is power. Okay. But being detached from what needs your attention, that's something different. Okay. So I will say, let's go ahead and get into this tarot and see what's really going on underneath all of this tea that we just dropped. And speaking of tea, let me take a sip of my hibiscus, blueberry, lemon concoction. Okay, Spirit, let's tap in. Taurus. What does Taurus need to know at this time? What does Taurus need to know at this time, Spirit? It's connected to what's the T. What does Taurus need to know at this time? See that tower in judgment. Okay, Taurus. Let's go, Taurus. I don't really have an order in which I drop cards. I just drop them and let Most High lead the way, and I follow. Okay, Taurus. One more. Okay. Okay, first card out, Taurus, is the sun. Okay. And the moon. Off the bat. So this is so crazy because the new moon in Taurus came in and was conjunct the sun. Okay. Reset. Okay. Then you have Knight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, which is the actual card that represents this new moon in Taurus, Come on, Taurus. Okay. Seven of Swords. With the moon. And then we have Queen of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Tower. And no, the overall energy, I'm sorry, is the Tower. The bottom of the deck is the World, Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, and Eight of Swords. Ooh, okay, these readings are kind of following the same trend here. Okay, so what I'm seeing here just with the base energy, okay, because that's important, and I'll clarify, more as we move forward. But coming out with the sun and the moon, right off the bat, there is something being illuminated, okay, but also everything that's been hidden as well. So that could be subconscious or conscious. Now, what I see is more so what you see and what you feel may not fully be understood yet. Okay. That's that new moon in Taurus energy. So this is definitely a reset, a new beginning, but it's kind of exposing something at the same time. All right. So with the Knight of Cups here, okay, and the Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. This is an emotional investment. Somebody offering something, feeling something, or pursuing something. Okay. But it's tied to time, effort, and patience. So this is not new. This is something that's been growing or something you've been waiting on, nurturing, or kind of watching to see what it becomes. Okay. But we got some interesting energy that follows. And we have the Seven of Swords with the Queen of Wands. Okay. So now we're talking about something not being fully transparent. Avoidance, sneaky behavior, something not being said or not being shown clearly with the moon. So Taurus, even through something that you feel good about or look like it has the potential, there's still something underneath that's unclear or not fully honest, okay? And with the Queen of Wands, this is confidence, attraction, okay? Literally somebody who knows their worth, stands in their power, and doesn't really chase energy because the energy comes to them. So Taurus, this could be you stepping into this energy, or this could be someone you're dealing with who is carrying that presence. But either way, this is strong magnetic energy. All right. Now, with the overall energy, this is not light. This is something being shaken up, something being revealed, something that cannot continue the way it has been. And when we look at the bottom of the deck, okay, the World, Ten of Pentacles, Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, and Eight of Swords, baby, Taurus, this is like a major life shift, okay? And I say that because there is a cycle that's completing with the World that's tied to some type of long-term stability, whether that's family, legacy, with the Ten of Pentacles. It's connected to a relationship or a major choice, okay? And the universe is stepping in to shift things. But that Eight of Swords is telling me that you may feel stuck or unsure how to move, even though everything is being shown to you. Okay. Now, I want to go back and tie this into the T because it's important. Okay. This goes back really to what we saw earlier with you being unbothered, unfazed, unbothered, unfazed. Okay. Always partying. Okay? Always partying and avoiding. Okay? So what this is telling me is that, Taurus, something here may look good on the surface, but underneath there's something that needs to be addressed. And the Tower is not here here to let you ignore it. Yeah, you can't ignore it. Okay? You can't ignore it. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify, because I want to see exactly what this Tower is about for sure, Taurus. Okay? So let's get into it. Okay, Spirit. So let's go ahead and clarify this Sun and the Moon, because I think this is important here. Clarify the Sun for Taurus, Spirit. Why is the Sun here? Clarify the Sun. Why is the Sun here? Sun is clarified by justice. Okay, ready? All right. King of Wands and King of Swords. Okay, so Taurus. Okay, we're going to clarify the Moon. I'm going to keep going. Clarify the Moon. The Moon is being clarified by Hanged One, Two of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords. Clarify Knight of Cups. If you need to know, what type of energy you're giving out, okay? If you need to know how to manifest what it is you're building, I'm a manifestation queen. I work with candles, oils, herbs, stones, all kinds of... My bloodline is in Mississippi, from Mississippi, so that should say a lot. Knight of Cups, Spirit. Reach out to me. I can help you out. My website is listed. Clarify Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is clarified by Six of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and Two of Cups. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Okay, Seven of Swords is clarified by Three of Cups. Everything is fine. And Five of Cups. Somebody cheated. Queen of Wands. Clarify Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is clarified by the Empress, Six of Pentacles, and Four of Wands. Okay? Clarify the Tower, Spirit. Why is the Tower here? Clarify the Tower as the overall energy. That's clarified by Six of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So we got the Empress and the Emperor on the table. Bottom of the deck is Queen of Cups, the Magician, Four of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and King of Cups, the counterpart to the Queen of Cups. Okay. I just want to get right into this because this is very clear to me, okay? I'm just telling you right now. With the Sun and the Moon here, okay? Definitely the Sun being clarified by the Justice, King of Wands, and King of Swords. What's being illuminated here is truth, clarity, and accountability, because Justice is saying something is being made right here, okay? Something is being made right here. Truth is coming out. And with the King of Wands and the King of Swords, this is some strong masculine energy that is about action and logic. Okay, so somebody is being forced to stand in their truth, speak clearly, take accountability for their actions. Okay, now that's clarifying the sun. So then let's get into the moon, because this is what we can see versus what we can feel and not see. So the moon being clarified by the Hanged One, Two of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords. Okay, this is energy, Taurus, that is telling me. So, what is hidden behind the moon? What was unclear? Somebody was stuck. They were juggling back and forth, and it kind of led to an ending. The Ten of Swords ain't no small energy, okay? Ten of Swords, that's betrayal, that's pain, something coming to a hard stop, all right? So, Taurus, what was in the dark with the moon is not being exposed, and it's not comfortable, okay? It's not comfortable at all. Then with the Knight of Cups that I'm clarifying, with the Knight of Swords, the Star, and the Two of Wands, Taurus, okay? This is something that felt like it had potential, okay? Okay, this is something that felt like it had potential. There was a connection, emotional offer, a connection, okay? Something that you invested time into. But now we see movement away from that, okay, with the Six of Swords, okay? You're moving away from that. You're moving away from that. Something slow and practical, okay? Something slow and practical. A realization about the connection itself. You know what I'm saying? Something. So this is about you either moving on from a connection once you believe, once you believed in, right? Or you trying to rebuild it in a more grounded way. Now, the Seven of Swords, I ain't going to even front to you. Okay, the Seven of Swords clarified by the Three of Cups. Everything is fine. And Five of Cups. Somebody was not being honest, Taurus. This is third-party energy for some of you. Celebrations, outside influences, or just someone entertaining more than one situation. And when you look at everything is fine, okay, that's pretending. That's acting like nothing is wrong when something clearly is. And then the Five of Cups, that's regret. So yeah, for some of you, there was deception, okay? Lying, stealing, cheating, hiding, avoiding, and now there's disappointment behind the deception. And then we got the Queen of Wands. Clarified by the Empress, the Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Taurus. This is you stepping back into your power. This is confidence, self-worth, abundance. The Empress is you. Okay, Taurus, you are ruled by Venus. Okay, so this is you. All up in your glory. Okay, especially with this new moon in your first house. This you being reminded of your value. What you deserve, what you should be receiving in return. Okay, Six of Pentacles here is equal give and take. Four of Wands is stability, home, celebration, alignment. So this is you moving towards something that is actually balanced and stable, not one-sided. Okay? And then when we clarify the overall energy, which is the Tower, okay, being clarified by Six of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Emperor, all this right here, the Tower, this is the shakeup, the disruption. It's tied to the past. Somebody somebody from the past. Okay? Something that you've been holding on to, Taurus. But that Empress is showing up again. Or, the Emperor is showing up. Your counterpart. You need to take control. Okay? You need to take control. Okay? So this is happening for your confidence, your leadership, for you to take control over your life. Okay? You can't stay attached to something from the past that just no longer aligns with you or who you're becoming, because this is your elevation, your self-worth, it's your glow up. Okay? So I wouldn't let nobody come in and stop that. This new moon did take off in your first house. And at the bottom of the deck here, let's not forget, okay, Queen of Pentacles is here. There's real emotional connection here, but there's also some manifestation energy. This is your mental moment to decide, are you going to keep holding on to what hurt you, keeping you disappointed, okay? Or are you going to use everything that you've learned, to kind of manifest something that actually aligns with your worth? Okay, so at the end of the day, Taurus, this is not just a breakup or a shift. Okay, this is a transformation. And with that new moon popping off in your first house, Taurus, this is about you choosing your self-love. Okay, so let me wrap it up with your oracle message and we'll move on. All right, so if you like what you saw, if it resonated, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and let's get into it. Taurus, what is the message based on the spread that Taurus has just received? Spirit, what is the message for Taurus? Taurus. Uh-oh. Okay, Phoenix transformation is trying to come out. Here we go, right here. Trying to come out. Okay, you know you're going through a transformation. Okay, Taurus. Let's see, Spirit. Which it might come out again. That's energy, baby. Okay, let's see. Taurus. What is the message, the oracle message for Taurus? Taurus, your card is Daffodil Fairy, New Beginnings, 10. Okay? And the bottom of the deck is, some of them upside down, Unicorn, Purity, 9. Okay? This is pretty cool because this is really like transformation, new beginnings. There has to be an ending, a transformation to get to a new beginning. And purity, unicorn. I like this. So let's get into this. What this is telling me, Taurus, for you is the Daffodil Fairy, which is about new beginnings, number 10. Okay, it's a confirmation really of everything we just saw. After the Tower, after the truth, after the ending comes a new beginning. Okay, this isn't just any new beginning. This is something that comes after you've kind of cleared out what no longer is aligned with you. And see, that number 10 breaks down to a 1. As we approach this full moon in Sagittarius, that breaks down to a 1 too, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me. Okay, there's a reset here, a fresh start for you, Taurus, a new cycle that's kind of centered around you, your identity, your direction, your choices. Okay. This is you stepping into a new version of yourself, all right? And so then when we look at the bottom of the deck here, the unicorn, that is telling me that 9 is 4, 5. That's completion. Okay. And this is saying that something has reached its end. A cycle is closing out so that this new beginning can even happen for you. And purity, this is about returning back to your essence, your truth, your worth, Taurus. No more confusion. No more settling for what you know you do not deserve. No more holding on to something that's not aligned for your highest power. Okay? So, Taurus, this transformation that you're going through is real. It's necessary. Okay? You're shedding something from the past. All right? Something that may have been hard to let go of, but it's kind of clearing the way for something that's actually meant for you, okay? And definitely, I would say with that strong first house activation with this new moon taking off for you, Taurus, this is, I would say, choosing yourself fully and unapologetically. All right? Taurus, takes what resonates, leave what doesn't behind, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.